Okay, thank you very much, Gian Pedro. So I think, yes, microStart is the youngest MFI today, so I'm very impressed by the numbers and the figures Laure gave from Adi, because we have a very tiny experience in Belgium, which I should present to you. But it's an experience which was inspired by Adi's experience in France, because microStart, if I can say two words about us. Does it work?
It's okay.
Okay, it works. Thank you.
No, it's okay.
Okay. microStart, it's actually a joint venture between three partners. One is BNP Paribas Fortis, so the first Belgian bank, member of the group BNP Paribas. The European Investment Fund, which is also member of the board, and of course the experience of Adi, who brought all the technical assistance to start this experience in Belgium. And all together, they created 3 years ago a microfinance institution which is called microStart. microStart is actually a group of two social enterprises, two different social organizations. On the one side, you have the organization that provide microloans, financial services, and on the other end, there is another organization which is called microStart Support, who brings all the business development services to our client and non-clients. So on the one hand, a cooperative company with it's a very specific Belgian status, a cooperative company with a social purpose. The current capital is a bit more than 3 million euros, and microStart cooperative works now with 12 employees. On the other hand, microStart Support, which is a non-for-profit association, which is subsidized. The annual budget is around 250,000 euros a year, and microStart Support works with 5 employees and more now than 80 volunteers. We have now in Belgium a network of 4 branches. I wrote 6 because we started with 2 branches as a pilot experience in Brussels in 2010. First loan disbursed in 2011. Then we created another branch in Liège, in the southeast part of Belgium, and another one in Ghent, in the Dutch-speaking part. And we are now planning to open 2 new branches, one in Charleroi, which is a big industrial city in the south of Belgium, and another one in Antwerp. And we try to design our branches like that, so very cozy, very nice branches where the people feel home. What are the products and services we are actually retailing? We are focused only in business loans, on business loans, from 100 euro up to 10,000 euros. So we focus on people that are starting on or developing very tiny, very little activities. They have to pay back in within 3 years, maximal 36 installments. We have, like Adi, 5% upfront fees and an interest rates that varies from 8.25% up to 9.75%. We make individual loans, but also we try to experiment group lendings, especially with the huge amount of communities living in Brussels, but also in other cities. And the purpose of the loan are either for investment or for cash flow. On the other hand, we have business development services that range from how I have an idea, how do I transform it into a project, until the development of the business. We try to manage expert meetings in our branches with volunteers. We try to give group trainings in various subjects, individual coachings, coaching, sorry. All these services are free of charge for the clients and are all provided by volunteers. Who are our clients before they get in touch with MicroStart? You will see that more than the half of our clients are either job seeker, people under social welfare, or not active people, so a bit more than the half. We have a huge amount, huger than we expected when we start that experience in Belgium, from people that are already self-employed but could not find a business loan in the banks. And we have a bit less than 20% of our clients that are employees and starting besides an individual and a little business. More than 80% of all these people are below the poverty line. Poverty line in Belgium for one single people is approximately €900 per month. So you can run a business, but you can be poor. That's very important for us. Fact sheets about us. We have now, we disbursed our first loan in February 2011, and we have now an outstanding amount of €2 million. The average loan, like ADDI, is a little loan, as we focused on little activities, a bit less than €5,000. The PAR 90 is a bit less than 10%. The transformation rate, that's an important figure, is 25%. So out 100 clients that enter the branches, we make 25 loans, because we have a huge word-of-mouth activities through the communities, the different communities living in Belgium. And like ADDI, 1/3 of the clients benefices from a business development services that are provided by MicroStart support. The disbursements are growing. That's the curve. So we are currently nearly up to 700 microloans. That's a cumulative curve. We start the first year with 100, the second year with 275, and we are now up to 450 till the end of the year. More than 400 new jobs have been created since March 2011, and that's for us a good results. Let's talk 2 words about the regulatory framework, because Belgium is often said that it is a country that has not a very friendly ecosystem for entrepreneurs, especially when you are unemployed, because the first thing when you create a business in Belgium is that you lose all your social income and employment benefits the day you have your VAT number. So it's very difficult for people to lose everything and then to start having their break-even. Second point, like France, high amount of social contribution. It is approximately €700 every quarter, which is not so important, but when you are starting very little activities, which are not very self-sufficient at the beginning, it's a very high amount of money to pay. And you have to pay them immediately and in advance. So these 2 first points are really difficult for our client, because they lose their benefits and have to pay before they get €1 of revenues. So it's quite difficult. And the third point is when you have to get your VAT number, you either have to get a university degree. That's a very important point. And Belgium is the only country among the 28 countries of the EU to do that. Either you have a university degree, either if you haven't a university, you have to pass a very difficult exam which has been organized by the Federal Ministry of Economy. I passed it myself, and it's really quite difficult for our clients. So regulatory framework is not very friendly to our clients, really. Business model. I tried to make try to explain to you. So on your left hand you have the cooperative company that is providing micro loans. So we borrow, like Eddie, money from BNP Paribas Fortis, and we retail it to our clients, who pay us back, and we pay back BNP Paribas Fortis. We have a guarantee on our portfolio through the Progress Microfinance facility, which covers 75% of our risk in portfolio. And on the other hand, you have the MicroStart support NGO, which is subsidized by either public or private donors and offer free business services. And we try to build, of course, as we have two organizations, a joint strategy within this little group of social enterprises.
Excuse me, does the guarantee apply to all loans or only to a certain number?
No, only, as we have only one product, business loan, it applies to our entire portfolio. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Yes? Pardon? Oh, there is a cap, of course, of the outstanding amount, of course. So we have to be very careful in the risk. I didn't enter into the details about that, but there is, of course, a cap. When we start in 2011, we have all the capital, which is on the left, on the right part, sorry, of the curve above. And we have, of course, very little financial revenue. It is growing. We have a bit subsidy, but not so much. And the goal is to have more than 80% of our revenues, which are covered by the financial margin, at the horizon of 2017. For the NGO, the revenues are growing. We started with a huge private donation that we have to seek, but also with the help of BNP Paribas Fortis Foundation. And more public donors, especially local government and also federal government, are financing the association in order that it provides better and better business development services to our clients.
Can you go back a second to the first slide? Just 1 second. I'm sorry. Probably missed something.
Sorry.
Yes.
This one. So we are crunching the capitals. The approximative.
The writing, is the income deriving from the capital?
Actually, that's probably the income is on the left part, and which remain is the capital that is remaining in order to cover our expenses.
The operational self-sufficiency is
80%.
80%.
80%.
The operational self-sufficiency is 80%.
Capital means that it's a loss. You are eating.
It's a loss.
Yes,
Yes.
cover-
It's a
cover
loss.
the loss.
It's a loss.
Cover
The
the
capital covers the loss.
You're
The
eating your capital. You're part of your
Yeah, we are crunching the capital.
Yeah.
The cushion represented by the capital,
Yeah.
not the income.
No, it's on the income.
Excuse
Yeah.
me. Yeah, on the NGO side, what are the own revenues?
Oh, we are providing some services for either towns, cities, or local governments that are they pay for it with an invoice. Break even in such Good joke. Almost. Almost. If nothing changes, break-even is 2,500 loans a year, approximately.
Loans, new loans? Or
New loans. New loans. Okay? Per year. Or you can be sustainable in 2015, but you have to lend at 20%. That's the point.
considering the subsidies?
No, you, no subsidy. No subsidy. Only financial services. You can be break-even in 2015 instead of 2017 with only 80% of your operation expenses covered by the financial margin, but 20%. Interest rate per year.
Interest rate plus the flat?
Plus the flat fees.
Upfront fee.
Who is ready in the board to do that? Nobody.
Be what, 24,000?
We need approximately through 3 million new equity in order to survive until 2018. And subsidies for the financial services, that's also the point. We need to find ourselves 650,000, which is approximately a half of my time, instead of managing a 30-people team. But if you compare for Belgium and MicroStart, for Belgium, the annual direct and indirect talk of an unemployed person, which is the figures are a study which was issued in 2012 by the European Commission. And on the other hand, the annual cost of BDS services and extra costs to access financial services, 30,000 euros an unemployed person per year in Belgium. MicroStart, 3,000. That's also the point. Where are the economies? What are the main issues we are facing now? We want to stay focused on the poorest. That's very linked to the social mission we have in Belgium. 2 minutes. Okay, I've got 3 slides. So we have to be innovative in new services that fits the needs, also developing new kind of services, keeps a reasonable amount of a loan under 15,000 euros, and of course develop worth amount. Second point, improve our performance. That's very important for microfinance institutions to improve their performance. Processes to increase productivity, management and information systems that have to be very performant, new technologies, and of course improve our portfolio at risk. Third point, provide nice services at a fair price. Adapt the European Code of Good Conduct to be very transparent in the methods we are using for our client. Keep a reasonable amount of fees and interest, and let our client be committed in the designing of our product. That's also very important. Spend less time in fundraising. Of course, to have more accessible funds, procedures that fit the size. I will take, for example, the procedure with the EIF, which was very useful to us, but I was just alone. And on the other hand, I have all the lawyers of the EIF when we started the agreement 3 years ago. Microfinance institutions have to get startup grants in order to start programs, loans and equity funds for financial services. And of course for the BDS, it would be convenient to have no more than 3 or 4 donors in order to manage a good quality of relation. And final slide, it's probably the right question is not whether the interest rate is high or no, because it's only a question of interest rate. But probably who will pay the difference between a fair price that everybody is asking, especially the public opinion, and a break-even price? Who is paying the difference? I haven't got the answer. Thank you.
Thank you.